Hi everyone, hope you're having an amazing day. Welcome to Huawei TV, a new TV blog with organic solutions. I'm your facilitator, Huawei, your consulting advisor in construction industry, project management, planning your dream house, catering across the globe. Anyhow, a huge thanks to my mates in Suva to Doha, Zurich to Orchard, Fairfield to Queens, Jer to Tamuning, and from Handan Street to Ugangun, Bula Binaka. A day in life of a working consultant. We wish to give a thanks to our gold sponsor, Global OFA, delivering projects in 3 continents within 26 cities across the globe, and including a special thanks to Holiday Inn and Suites. Operating a successful business in construction industry means conquering today's challenging conditions, rising costs, high competition, changing laws and regulations, and government resettlement of affected parties, including the public sector right-of-way issues, land acquisitions and resolutions, including the recent pandemic COVID-19, known as a coronavirus. In the past, the concept of claim management has widely spread among many companies in construction sector and has worked well against the clients by providing additional works. Construction delay is a prominent reason for a contractor to file an EOT, which is the extension of time claim. Some are utility obstructions, plant equipment breakdown, design issues on site conditions, and some structural foundations, clashes with other utilities. So these are the typical construction delay. Furthermore, on the construction delay are the possession of site due to the ROW resolution and land acquisition. So the contractor cannot have a permit to enter on site. And secondly is the access dates for the DAC bank and telecom ducting and auxiliaries. This is a sample scenario of a construction delay where the client will reissue a new revised drawings and the cost of delays constitute to 4 to 8 months. Those sample of delay were mentioned in the last 2 pages. We commonly call it the delay events on our master schedule, which shows the impact of change from the bar chart. In this program, we'll be sharing practical tips on putting claims together for an extension of time claim or EOT. We have 4 identifications for ease of reference, which is establishing of delay, entitlement of delay, cost analysis of delay, and calculating the damage against time. One of the significant slide here on my presentation is the notification of delay using the contract provisions. On a typical contractor's claims clause 19 under FEDIC, it is always important to give notification within 20 days to the client to be aware that there's an event or circumstance happen on the project. In this presentation, the program case project is an oil and gas petrochemical industry. An extension of time is a clause in the contract provision. That is an expression of contractual provision that contemplates the adjustment of the contract completion date in defined circumstance. An extension of time is granted when the progress of work has been impacted because of executable delay event that has occurred. On this slide, I'll show you the principle of this sample chart. On the slide is to show our audience a simple delay event on a construction program. The construction program shows one linear bar with a starting point and an ending point. And the sub-items are breakdown of the linear bar entailing sub-activities and other activities entailing A, activity B, activity C, and activity D. Then the legend indicated will be the ease of reference for the audience to understand this program. The yellow bar is a sub-baseline task for the project manager to monitor, and the planner will update in accordance to the site progress, which is the blue bar task. For instance, this program, we have operated a scenario that the scheduled task bar, item B or letter B, was impacted by a COVID-19 lockdown. So applying the impact of the disturbance to the program will logically push back the original end date to a new end date, which is this window will illustrate an analysis on a very simple way of logic that the application of the contractor's EOT. This portion of this slide, we have mentioned previously that there was a contractor entitlement due to additional time or an extension of time. Here are also additional for your information. Late instructions to the contractor can be an entitlement. Changes in design, exceptionally bad weather, it depends on the contract conditions. Breakdown of the contractor's plant, only applicable on the offshore work. Additional work on contractor's scope of work. Changes in specification. Changes in quantity. Changes due to compliance to authorities and service providers. Absent of possession of site. Late resolution of right-of-way. Construction obstruction by service utilities, or location and redesign of service utilities affecting the site. On this slide, I will be more focusing on the steps on the general items based on the contract documents. Step 1 is to review the checklist, determine whether the project documentation is well organized. Step 2 is to determine the contract applicable law and if the contractual issue that will govern to any dispute resolution. Step 3 is obtain terms and conditions to change management procedures. Step 3 is review related understanding of the contract terms and scope of work. Step 5 is determine which daily report, diaries, correspondence, emails, and other contemporaneous communications and information. Step 6, we should interview project personnel to better understand major issue arises. Step 8, create a claim issue files containing information about each problem. Step 9, create a timeline of events on each claim and problem issues. Step 10, determine whether the contractor change order were approved, disputed, or pending. Step 11 is determine the existing of notice letters relating to change order impacting events. The next step is step 12, determine which work areas are affected by claims and problems. Step 13 is evaluate and document the contractor's notice and claims, counterclaims by other parties. Step 14 is review the IRFL logs, frequency of turnaround, mechanism used to record potential impacts of real time, such as design change notice. Step 15, determine whether the construction means and methods have changed as a result of the claims. Step 16, identify and any design or specification issues, errors, and ambiguities. Step 17, determine the owner supply delays, subcon, and weather-related delays. On this slide, we'll discuss the steps required in extension of time in relation to your program or the schedule delay, which means your master schedule. In relation to your program, I have a step 1 here, review the narrative files of your baseline schedule, any revised schedule, and periodic updates. Step 2 is determine the schedule that have logic errors or missing logic or large number of constraints govern them. Step 3 is determine whether the contractor has planned schedule sequences, duration, and scope. Step 4 is identify specific extension of time requests sent to owners. Step 5 is identify any attempts to expedite work as a result of the problems encountered or whether constructive acceleration occurred. Step 6 is check to see if the start date and the end dates for the scheduled activities are correct. Step 7, determine the critical milestones and periods to examine, liquidated damages in the projects. Step 8, determine the schedule analysis short-term milestone, access dates, MCCs, mechanical completion, or rather, operational readiness and other substantial completion dates. Step 9, correct schedule logic, dates, duration, etc. by performing retrospective delay analysis. Step 10 is determine the plan and the actual start dates, milestones, and milestones completion as well activity durations. Furthermore, in the related to program, Step 11 determine the specific critical and near critical activity paths differ from each period. Step 12 determine the concurrent delays before and after the problems that could have been related. Step 14, determine whether there were any compensable delay due to various site conditions. Providing more on a description of a baseline schedule. On this slide, I'll be supplying you a sample of a window analysis for a baseline schedule. showing impediments of the delay event that the schedule will push back. For this presentation of extension of time, I would like to say thank you very much. This program has highlighted the fundamentals information and tasks involved in conducting a construction claim through analysis, or whether one is preparing a claim or defending against one. On the other hand, the scope and task of level of detail of the analysis are determined by the settlement objectives by change through consultative negotiations or either negotiated settlement of a formal claim through QS to QS reconciliation. Hi guys, PMs and planners, please watch out on my blog about the significance of level of programming. It will give you an easy reference how to create your baseline, which I have shown you a while ago, and including, if you're interested, the forensic schedule delay analysis will give you the strategies and means and methods for an easy reference to prepare a delay analysis. Hi guys, thank you very much for your time. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up. And if you have time and have not yet clicked the subscribe button, kindly click the subscribe button to keep you updated more on the adventures and innovations in the construction industry. Guys, as an advice, take control and improve your profitability across your projects. A project manager requires to give the company a good profit and revenue. So my books and publication will help you as a guides and easy reference. So my book in project management techniques using forensic delay analysis will help you out to prepare an impact as planned delay analysis. The other book will give you the guidance to prepare a prolongated cost claim, which is the best successful construction EOT claim with dispute avoidance techniques, which won recently $3 million in the construction industry. Thank you guys.